will be the approval of the minutes for June 26, 2023.
So moved.
A second.
Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, motion, no opposing, motion carries. First item on this evening's agenda is item number 0477-23. Subject communication sponsored by Alder Land from Kristen Wilson from Billy's Posies, Inc., requesting use of Lincoln Park on September 30th, 2023 from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Request includes temporarily suspending Ordinance Section 70-90, Animals Prohibited. Recommendation of the Board of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services on May 10th, 2023, recommended that the request regarding the use of Lincoln Park on September 30th, 2023, from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Request includes temporarily suspending Ordinance Section 70-90, Animals Prohibited, be approved, and that approval is also granted by other impacted departments. Please come up. I don't see Director Malbach.
Go ahead.
So, Alder Pete, Director Molbeck asked to be excused. He is sick.
Okay.
So right now, he did want to say that the item was approved by the Parks and Rec Board, and it was an event last year as well. So they have done this before. It was something done previously last year. Because of the ordinance change, it needed to come to PSL and then go to council for approval.
Okay.
To approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have item 0584-23, subject, communications sponsored by myself, Alder Pete, on behalf of the Chief of Police, requesting to appoint City of Racine humane officers. Staff recommendation approval to appoint a City of Racine humane officer. Physical note, funding for the humane officer's position is available as budgeted in the 2023 budget. Would the representative from the police department please come forward? Thank you, sir. Can you?
Well, I'm Deputy Chief Rick Keller, and we hired 2 CSOs to work third shift. One's on maternity leave, but it's fine. And we did lose one earlier this year. Job wasn't for him, so he resigned. So we're asking to remove CSO Anthony Gano, and then the 2 that we added were Alyssa Chrissy and Sandra Cruz.
Okay, so you still have the same level.
Actually, I think we increased to accommodate the third shift coverage,
Okay, great.
so that we can get all the street storage.
Great, thank you.
They're doing a fantastic job.
Keep up the good work. Yes, sir.
That was gonna be my question. Third shift is a new add-on,
Yes,
so that will be taking care of overnight parking for all sides.
Correct.
Stuff like that.
yeah, and any animal complaints that might come up during third shift, but primarily all that street storage that.
That'll be great.
Understanding that these are 2 new positions,
They are.
but they are budgeted. You're taking money out of the budget, that money that wasn't used for police officers hired or something else, you're transferring it within the budget.
That's my understanding, that's where.
So that money will have to come up come budget time for those 2 new individuals.
Correct.
Thank you for the question, Alder. Are there any other questions, any other discussion?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Motion passes. Oh, obviously, there couldn't be any nays unless it was me, so thank you. And congratulations, sir. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Next, we have item number 0667-23, subject communication sponsored by myself, submitting an application for a gas station, service station license, Racine Riverside Marine, doing business as Rivers Inn Marina, located at 1001 Michigan Boulevard. Scott Monroe, agent in association to item 0483-23, First District. May the applicant please come up. City Clerk's office, has the application been revised to the new agent?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Monroe, can you please explain what you're doing with your application?
We're just wanna switch the permit to the new existing company now that runs the marina and the facilities and the fuel station down there. It's already an existing operation, we're just changing over, so nothing's really changing other than the responsibility of the permit and, you know, the business is now Racine Riverside that runs that,
Okay.
responsible for all that, so.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Or does anybody in the committee have any?
We had plenty last time on that.
Okay. Okay, in that case, I'm looking for a motion.
So moved. Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Second, we have a motion and a second. Based on Alder's last comment, I assume that there's no discussion. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next item, item number 0632. Item 0632-23, the subject communication sponsored by myself, submitting a new application for a 2023 through 2024 motor vehicle towing license, Racine Recovery LLC, DBA Racine Recovery, located at 2817 Eaton Lane, District 7. May the applicant please come up.
Take a chair with you now.
Sure.
Double force here.
Okay, thank you. Attorney Arn, does the attorney's office have any information, or Lieutenant LaGraff?
Just a little bit of background information. Most of the committee members were here when this occurred. It was about approximately a year ago. Racine Recovery was here, their license was revoked due to some violations on the ordinance. And it has been a year, so they are now reapplying.
It wasn't revoked, it was never approved. I mean, we just, it never got that far.
Denied.
Was it denied? I just thought that, we just didn't, okay, my apologies.
I can
Oh, that's okay.
check. That was my recollection.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Sorry if I mispronounced the name. Is it Conoco?
I'm Kaneko,
Conoco.
yeah,
Can you please explain what you're doing with your application at this time?
sure. After our license wasn't renewed, we, took the next step and we went on and, purchased a standalone facility in the city of Racine, located at 2817 Eaton Lane. We took that facility and, approached the board here and, got all the zoning requirements converted to what it would need to be for a towing and recovery operation to operate out of there. We've gone through and went through all the procedures necessary to establish a tow yard there. And, at this point, we're ready to ask for, renewal of our license.
Are there any questions from the committee?
Well, I met with John yesterday. Can you explain some of the things you're doing, for your,
We've gone to digital dispatching now.
Right, this is what I'm talking about. What you're talking about, where you're gonna do everything.
Right. It's all set up in the computer through the phones and everything, so it's digital. All the fees and everything are set. It all goes, it's all recorded. There's no paperwork. It all goes in the computer. And they try to make the whole jurisdiction from east of 94 to the lake, county line, all the jurisdictions, Mount Pleasant, all the same rates for us. The same to go along with the city.
My biggest question would be the violations that were not allowing you to renew your license before. Those have all been rectified at this point?
Correct.
Well, I think a lot of the stuff had to do with their facility was next door to the other facility, and it was towing, different types of towing charges and issues. And I think they've gone through a lot of that. Like I said, everything they have is gonna be digital now, everything will be sent in. They have everything right there, so by the end of the day, everybody won't get they'll just get whatever the charges are on our list. So, I mean, I think they bought a building, they probably, with buying the building and everything, put about $500,000 at least into this, so they're trying to do everything. And right now, we are very short of tow companies. I hear another one, I'm not gonna give no names, but are gonna get their trucks repossessed. So we have only 2 at this point. So, we need to do something to, make this happen.
Any other questions? I'm seeing no questions. We're looking for a motion and a second.
All right, you have all your approvals, am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that helps.
Everything.
And I was there, I actually went there when the police department went there to see how they go about doing their, how they studied on this and stuff, so their inspections, and they had 5 or 6 trucks there, and they very thorough on their inspections on this.
Okay.
So, and then they had to have building things fixed and stuff, and they passed all of them.
Okay.
So at this time, I would make a motion to approve.
We have a motion,
Second.
a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Again, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Next item on our list is item number 0094-23, subject communication sponsored by Alder McCarthy, submitting an application for our premise description change for 1518 LLC, DBA the 1518, located at 1520 Washington Avenue. If I mispronounced the name, I'm sorry. Shakila Buckley, agent. Recommendation of the Public Safety and Licensing Commission on April 24th, 23, be deferred for 60 days. May the applicant please come up.
Applicant's not here.
Applicant not here.
I make a motion, we defer this till the end of the meeting in case they do show up.
We have a motion, is there?
All right, yeah, I'm asking to defer this till the end of the meeting.
Okay.
No motion is
No
required.
motion.
Okay.
We're all in
Okay,
agreement?
okay.
Okay. Okay. Next item is 061323, subject communication sponsored by myself, submitting a change of ownership application for a Class B retail fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license for My Wife's Bar, My Grill, DBA My Wife's Bar, My Grill located at 1814 Taylor Avenue, Racine, Wisconsin, 53403. Eric Landry, agent, 11th District. May the applicant please come up. Okay, we're talking about a liquor license here. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. We will now we're sworn in. Attorney Arn, was there anything in the Good Neighbors report that stuck out to you?
No, so this is a change of ownership, as Mr. Chair, you indicated. This used to be the former TBG's, and it looks like he's taking over. Mr. Landry he indicated that there were no substantial changes. He intended to keep some of the staff working there. We talked about his experience. He had worked at the same bar for the past 12 years, so he's very familiar with the premises. Sergeant Legas stated that there were no history of nuisance issues at the premises, so there's no other issues really to point out.
Okay. Mr. Landry, please explain what you're looking to do.
Keep the business going. Have somewhere for entertainment for people in the community.
Your neighbors across the street have new ownership also. Thank you. Are there any questions from the committee? Alder Peterson.
Basically no changes,
No.
ownership, just, sign. Basically running the same business. Thank you.
No further questions. It's time for a motion.
To approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion passes. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
I guess now I can ask, are the wings still gonna be on the menu? Okay. Thank you. Our next item, item number 0642-23. Subject, communication sponsored by Alder Pete, myself, submitting a change of ownership application for a Class B retail fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license for Russ's Bar and Grill, DBA Russ's Tap, located at 2203 DeKalb Avenue. Denver Singh, agent, 3rd District. Will the applicant please come forward? Sir, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Attorney Arn, was there anything in the Good Neighbors report that stuck out to you?
No, not particularly. Mr. Singh and his wife own and operate 2 convenience stores in the city of Racine, that's Fine Fair Foods, as well as the Taylor Mart. Excuse me. So he does have experience in the alcohol industry, however, this is his first time managing a bar.
Okay.
We also discussed any police issues, and it doesn't look like there's any history of nuisance issues in this particular area either, so no concerns to report.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Singh, please explain what you're looking to do with your new venture.
I'm trying to keep it same as it is running right now, keep it on the restaurant open, mostly keep the employees, same employees.
Okay.
And he will be the manager, he will be running everything, he will be the whole,
Okay,
look up to that place.
okay, thank you. Well, yes,
So, my sister worked there, she's not working there now, but I heard that quite a few of the employees weren't coming back, so my concern is you're gonna have people there that are gonna be able to do this, that have, the experience.
If I may, we did speak to a few, and I know that, for sure, we have 2 that are gonna be coming back. And we have interviewed 3 other, people, so I believe we're gonna be, staffed.
I just want to make sure you have enough people with experience. What are your hours gonna be?
9 to 12 on the weekdays and the weekend, 9 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, probably earlier on Sunday,
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
And then are you guys gonna be serving the same food you have there? You're gonna be adding, taking away?
I think right off, we're gonna stick with what they had, maybe if we wanna try a different sandwich or something down the line, fine, but I think it was a good formula, so I think we should stick.
And when are your plans to reopen? And, there's probably quite a bit of stuff you guys gotta do.
There's a fair amount of cleanup that needs to be done, just regular stuff. And I believe the health inspector looked in the kitchen already, she just said we needed to clean it up a little bit.
Okay.
I believe
Just wanted to make sure everything being a new venture, that you guys get started without a hitch.
does anyone else have any questions? At this time, seeing no questions or other discussion, we're looking for a motion.
Move to approve.
Have a motion? Is there a second? We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Again, can't be anybody opposed but me, so motion passes. Congratulations, good luck on your new venture.
This has to go to council next
Yeah.
week, so it doesn't pass until it passes next Tuesday at the city council.
Yeah, so don't start the process until after the council meeting.
Sure.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next item is item number 66623. The subject communication sponsored by myself submitting an application for a Class B and Class C fermented malt beverage and wine license for Blueberry Hilltop Cafe LLC, doing business as Blueberry Hilltop Cafe, which is located at 3429 Spring Street. Lisa Ramirez, agent, 9th District. Miss Lisa, thank you for coming forward. Hello, I will now have to swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Attorney Arm, was there anything in the Good Neighbors report that stuck out to you?
Yes, a couple things. So Ms. Ramirez owned and operated the Honeybees in Caledonia from 2011 to 2018. For the past 3 years, she has worked seasonally on and off at Wendy's, so she does have some experience in this industry. She plans to turn this former office space into a restaurant. So it looks like she has and is working with both the health and the building department to obtain her occupancy permit as well as her restaurant license. The only issue on her application had to do with the hours. It looks like the restaurant is going to open at 5 a.m. I did inform her that no alcohol could be sold before 6 a.m. in the city. So she will not be selling alcohol from 5 to 6, but the restaurant would be open at 5 o'clock every day for breakfast.
Thank you. Mrs. Ramirez, please explain what you're looking to do with your new venture.
I'm gonna open a restaurant called Blueberry Hilltop Cafe. It's going to have, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There'll be like 4 dinners on it, Friday fish fry. We're gonna have fresh orange juice, fresh juices, and it's gonna be more of, casual for beer and wine. So you may want beer with your fish, casual lunch date to have a sandwich and a glass of wine, or not at all and just have soda and bring joy and spirits to seeing something exciting.
Okay. Yes, sir.
First off, where is exactly this located?
It's a little past the hospital where Pico's is, and then Open Pantry.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on the other end of Open Pantry.
All right, so it's that little
It's in
small,
the plaza.
so how many people can you fit in that place?
About 50.
Do you have, I'm worried about, the only thing I'm worried about is the parking. If you happen to be really full because you got, Subway there, and you have the Open Pantry too, so that's my only.
There is parking, like, around the building versus in front too.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, there was a restaurant there quite a while ago.
Yeah.
I never had no
Yeah.
issue with it, but I was just curious about that.
Yeah, we're gonna have carryout too as well.
Okay, and when do you plan on being open? I know there's a lot of hoops to jump through.
Yeah, we're almost through the hoop of the hood, so that's almost out of the woods. So I'm looking towards the middle of August, it might be towards the
Okay, how many employees do you think you plan on ballpark?
under 10.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
it's 10 employees.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? I had one, well, actually two. Will it have to be rezoned since it's for office space now? It's not a restaurant now, is it? I'm just
No.
curious about that.
No, because it was at one time a restaurant.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay,
So, no.
I think
And we're not really, like, reconstructing the building,
okay. I was just wondering about the zoning, because that would have to go through the planning commission to get changed.
With the plans for the hoods, yes, because they had took the hoods out.
Okay. Do you,
I thought New had something to add.
It is properly zoned, if it is operating primarily as a dine-in restaurant, and I did agree with the applicants about that. So long as it's not a to-go restaurant, or anything else that may require a conditional use permit, it doesn't require it in this case.
oh, okay. And last question, you have adequate entrance and exit or ingress and regress? Enough, because Spring Street, especially during rush hour, can be pretty busy. I was just,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay, because like you say, you got the gas station and all this other stuff going on. Thank you. Are there any other questions, concerns by the committee? If not, we're looking for a motion.
Move to approve.
I have a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Good luck with your new venture.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is item number 0688-23, subject communication sponsored by myself, submitting a new Class B retail fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license for Verdo's LLC, doing business as Verdo's LLC, located at 211 6th Street, Susan Gordon, Agent, First District. Would the applicant please come forward? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Attorney Arn, was there anything in the Good Neighbors report that stuck out to you?
Yes, so the committee does not have a written report for me because we just held a meeting earlier today, so I'm just going to give you a verbal report, if that's okay with Mr. Chair. So in this particular case here, Ms. Gordon intends to operate the premises. She will be the primary person in charge, even though she's not the owner. They are going to run a restaurant primarily. The hours would be approximately 5 to 9 p.m. They are asking for hours until 2 a.m. each day, just in case they hold events for private parties. But their last call for private parties would generally be around 11:45. As I stated, they would be operating mainly as a restaurant. We did discuss her experience. It looks like she does have quite a bit of experience. She has worked at the Country Club, Racine Country Club for approximately 2 years, and then Sebastian's for 3 years prior to that as the general manager. So she has quite a bit of experience in that alcohol industry. The only other thing that was of note is the premise description. We did discuss it. It would be the foyer on the first floor. There would be no patio in the front as of this time. It would also include the entire first floor as well as the second floor, and then the rooftop room, and then a basement storage as well. So if the committee approves this application, I would ask for approval with that particular amendment. The amendment to the first premise, the premise description would state first floor foyer, second room, rooftop room, basement storage, as well as the entire first floor.
Add that to them.
So you guys don't plan on doing any dining out on the patio thing out there at all?
In front, no, it is now enclosed, so there's.
Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't
so it's
realize.
enclosed by glass, and there's a seating area out there just for people to sit as they're waiting for their table. We do not plan on serving particularly to the foyer, but I'm sure that people will maybe get a drink from the bar and then probably sit out in that little area and while they're waiting for their table.
Any other questions, concerns, discussion? Yes, sir.
You guys are pretty ready to open, and that was an issue in the past.
Yep.
So you guys are all set to go pretty much?
Yes, we are, just waiting for the liquor license.
Fantastic.
Any other discussion? If not, a motion would be in order.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Yes.
As
The motion with that
amended.
amendment. Thank you.
Oh,
Yes,
as amended.
As amended, yes. I
My
wasn't sure
bad.
if we said that before. Okay. Okay, is the motion and a second acceptable with the amendment?
Yes.
Okay, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
She asked,
I'm sorry.
she asked to vote. She has to abstain.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't,
yeah,
okay, I
we're
didn't
good.
hear it. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
So again, this goes to council next.
Yes.
Tuesday.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Item 51223, subject communication sponsored by myself, submitting a new application for a petition to exceed quota and geographic restrictions for a Class A premises retail fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license for Spring Circle LLC, doing business as Save-A-Lot, located at 3701 Durand Avenue. Michael Doff, agent in association to item 0413-23, 11th District. Sir, would you please come forward? Is the applicant here? Thank you for coming. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Attorney New, sorry about that. You're here before us today with an amendment from the Reserve Class B switching to petition to exceed quota, meaning that if you were to get the license, it would go beyond the limited license that we already have. It would be an exception. That makes sense? Okay. Attorney Earn, is there anything from your office?
Yes, so in this particular case, the applicant is applying to exceed, as you stated, the quota for the number of Class A liquor license. That would be 24, which is the max number. Right now we have 26, so granting of this license would bring the total number to 27, which is 3 over quota. In addition to that, they are also applying to exceed or surpass the geographic restrictions listed in the ordinance. So the ordinance states that anytime you have a new Class A license, so convenience stores, grocery stores for the most part, if there's a new location within 1,000 feet, there cannot be another Class A establishment that sells liquor. Additionally, within the 300 feet radius, there cannot be another facility that is prohibited, which would include any active places of worship, any licensed daycare, any school, community center, or other facility predominantly attended by individuals under the age of 21. In this particular case, there's nothing within 300 feet, but there are 4 other Class A establishments within 1,000 feet, which would include the Piggly Wiggly Supermarket at 403 Durand, Colonial Liquor at 2809 Taylor, Andy's on Durand at 3818 Durand Avenue, as well as Durand Mart at 3900 Durand. So in order to exceed either the quota or the geographic restrictions, or both in this case, the applicant would have to satisfy the committee of 2 criteria. The first is that the proposed establishment will have a greater impact upon the community than simply the addition of another tavern, liquor store, convenience store, or restaurant. And second, that the proposed establishment would substantially improve the tax base. And that's usually done through rehabilitation of a blighted or deteriorated building, construction of a new building or vacant land, or benefiting the community by conferring some other tangible or substantial improvement for the area. If the committee finds that those 2 criteria are met, it will go to the Common Council, and the Common Council can approve that decision by a 2/3 vote.
Yes, sir.
I had you guys make up a map. How many are in this kind of within a mile radius or whatever you wrote up here for liquor licenses?
So it's actually city development, the Department of City Development that checks on this, and I asked them to check a radius of 1,000 feet, because that's what the ordinance requires.
Okay.
So within 1,000 feet radius of where the establishment would be, there are 4 other premises.
And there's plenty more, and they weren't sure they were even gonna do a grocery store and save a lot. And I have a concern, I mean, we have enough liquor establishments in this area. This doesn't substantially improve the tax base at all. For instance, BP on Washington Avenue was a blighted area for 50, 60, 70 years. These guys put over a $2 million gas station there that has substantially improved the neighborhood, plus the store for the neighborhood and stuff like that. And this doesn't do any of that. This is just, I just believe it's just a liquor license, and I don't support this at all.
Any other comments from the alders?
Question?
you guys are going under Aldi's? No, Save-A-Lot.
Save-A-Lot.
Save-A-Lot. What portion of the store, I looked on, maybe it was in the old application.
Can I don't know, do I have to, I'm attorney Deep Walia. I own the mall. It's a sister company, own the mall, the whole Elmwood Plaza, if I can. I don't think I'm under oath, but
would you, all right. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
yes, I do.
Okay, please proceed.
This Elmwood Plaza, I'm pretty sure you guys are, this is 19 acre, over 200,000, 200,000 square foot mall. And it is, I'm pretty sure you guys know, that place, the integral part of the whole scene. Almost everybody I talk to, they know, they have one way or another, they have relationship, they remember, they have memory, and it is Elmwood Plaza, the anchor tenant was Save-A-Lot, which they decided to leave on February 16, 2016. And this is, it used to occupy the main anchor, over 31,000 something, almost 32,000 square foot in the main. That was the anchor grocery store. So we approached the Save-A-Lot ourselves, obviously because it impacted, a lot other, it's hard to protect more, because it's more than, before a Save-A-Lot, there was half the mall was empty. We just took over, we are putting a lot of substantial money in there, and then all of a sudden we found out this thing happened February 16. So we approached the corporate office in Save-A-Lot in Missouri, and they said the store was not doing the minimum sale. We can approve you guys want to run yourself, but the condition was, otherwise you're gonna lose money too. He said typically if you have liquor with the supermarket, then your sale typically goes up 5% for the liquor and 5 to 10% for the grocery. And this is not, as you can see, this is not small. We got approval from the corporate Save-A-Lot, as long as we got the Class A license. But I mean, basically, they didn't care, they didn't know A or B, whatever. I didn't know myself. Mostly to just sell the liquor. And then they told, and I looked at too, this is not corner small, 2,000, 4,000 square foot store itself. It's supermarket, which is over 31,000 square foot. Historically, I looked at myself to all different places like Pick and Save, Festival, Walmart. They have liquor, but in the supermarket hardly ever has any issue with the liquor, because the reason is normally this is not corner store. This is not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 square foot. You're talking about store itself is 32,000 square foot, the supermarket, not a grocery store, corner store. And I looked at it closest to our supermarket is that Piggly Wiggly. I noticed that they have the same, and then same I look at the Festival, the supermarket, even in the scene, they don't have any issue. And it is just alone that empty 32,000 square foot anchor, and also it attracts the rest of the tenants. And we are already remotely, we just, because there was I think True Value was closing on the other place, so we couldn't find the tenant. We tried to reopen as a True Value over there. So we're trying to survive that. Elmwood Plaza needs a lot of help. It's older, beautiful property, but it needs a lot of help. So
by improving this liquor license, not only you making the 32,000 square foot supermarket viable, but also that over 200, I think it's over 225,000 or maybe between 200,000 to 300,000 square foot now. And you help to attract the other tenants and then help the neighborhood. And then, so that's why it's not, you're not talking about, like it's not, people go to a small liquor store, they are different. They usually go, if you look at a festival or my closest is the Piggly Wiggly. Because I noticed that nobody gonna go for half pint or to the big supermarket. They're gonna go to corner store. So by approving this, it is, Ellenwood is over 19,000 square foot plaza. It is, and I believe that elder person, Mary, and supporting it, you guys probably have communication with her, and it's viable. So by approving this, not only you are helping.
Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think we understand what you're saying. You believe it'll help the mall.
Plus it will help.
Yes, I understand. I understand.
Investment directly or indirectly.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, yes, we
But
understand.
that's my concern, the store can't make it alone without alcohol, and we got tons of alcohol in that area. And part of my concern is, you guys, your hours are open, I can go in there and buy a bottle of booze if I want to. I'm not saying anybody's gonna do this, but then take it, and there's one of the bars over there with me. You just got so many alcohol establishments over there that there's some huge concerns about it.
Albert Peterson.
I like the aspect of the grocery store and a small liquor department, not a liquor store and a small grocery department. So I'm trying to go through your application here, and I can't really figure out the floor plan, as to how many square feet you're looking to put in for the liquor and how many square feet you're looking to do grocery.
It's
Oh, no.
It's basically, right now, there's a save-a-lot without liquor. Some reason they put, I have the plan in there, originally, when we were proposing.
You got the one where you had the bar in there and everything?
Yeah, that's the area is behind liquor, that is vacant, I think roughly 4,000 square foot. And then we were planning to cut in the middle, and then basically mostly that's the area we were thinking of liquor. And, right now our plan is, if you approved, we are planning to go grocery store and my supermarket and liquor at the same time, so then we don't have an issue with somebody, try to take anything. But I looked at other save-a-lot which has liquor, and I looked at over here, the closest my supermarket, which is, I think, ours is bigger than Piggly Wiggly, but I think it's Piggly Wiggly there across. So I looked at it. It will be pretty much like, they have almost like same 3,000-4,000 square foot. I noticed mostly over there, people go buy bigger bottles, that's what they have. And so as a supermarket, that's our closest competition, otherwise festival. The last time, I think I confused you a little bit about, we are looking at, we always have planned for supermarket. The only reason, I think last time I was kind of, maybe I didn't explain properly, there is a festival has another supermarket brand which is called Century. So they are reviving the Century brand. So we were thinking about as a second alternative, but then when we talked to Century, they said because festival own the same company, so they said no, in Racine we don't want right now the Century. So that's what I explained. I didn't say we're going to do anything else. The only thing we're looking at as
if supermarket, if we have Century brand as a supermarket.
Do you have a, contract on with one of these chain supermarkets? Is it?
No, with the Save a Lot.
But you said they moved out because it wasn't working.
So what happened, originally Save a Lot corporate used to run the place.
Right.
And then somehow they decided to franchise out.
Mhm.
So, there's a big company, somebody they bought, their two wasn't.
But do you have, who are you going to be
We
representing?
contacted the corporate, made.
But do you have an agreement at this?
Yes, yes. They agree on, they approve us. Our sister company, which is Spring Circle, going to be their franchise. We're gonna,
Wait a minute, who is they? Is it Save a Lot or?
the corporate office in Missouri, which is, which is on the Save a Lot brand. They have franchise.
Okay, so do you have a contract
Yes.
with them or not?
They said as soon as you get the license, they will approve,
Wait a minute, you're saying you can't get the store without the liquor license?
yeah, because the reason is, they said, because we don't want you to lose, and you close the store 6 months later. See, what happened is, they have tenant,
Okay, I think I understand,
so
but,
they have the lease, they didn't renew the option lease. Originally, we have lease with, corporate, Save a Lot, which is from Missouri.
right, but, okay. You're kind of going back to their questions, so, Alder Capri?
Thank you. I just want to first say I'm having just a bit.
1 second.
Okay.
Oh.
You want to try now, Alder Caprillion?
Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Very good. Well, that's a little bit of my problem. I'm just having a little bit of difficulty hearing the applicant. I'll have to really go back and maybe watch. I did jump in at the beginning. I'm sure if I'm in a position to vote or not, but there's a couple things that I think I picked up, but I can be corrected if I'm hearing this inaccurately. So I can really sympathize with what I feel I'm hearing, that we have somebody who wants to invest in our community and business, and he understands from a business perspective that sales are increased by 5% if you introduce alcohol in a store setting. So I think that's what I heard, but I could be corrected. And, but I think from our position, so from a business perspective, I can understand why that would be introduced. I hear there might be some contract issues too, to be able to move forward with a certain grocery store, that you need to have that in there. But my concerns are, first of all, we do have the quota. We have that quota for a reason. We have to look at things just not from a business standpoint. We have to look at things from a community standpoint and the health of our community. And my concern is there's multiple theories that are out there. And one of the theories, and it shows statistically that the concentration of liquor store increase with the increased availability of alcohol really encourages more consumption, especially in disadvantaged neighborhoods. And then with that, drinking problems and other neighborhood and personal problems are the consequence of that. And so I do have some concerns, even though there's this introductory to grocery and other things to the area, but does it outweigh the negative that it also brings as well? I think that's why the genesis and the start of having this quota system in place, so we can really consider and balance. Because if I were just to listen to this gentleman, if I could hear a little better from a business perspective, I get him. I get where he's coming from. I applaud somebody wanting to invest in our community to such a high level as well. But unfortunately, I do have to take a step back and understand my role, not only on this committee, but as somebody who sits in an alder seat where, the health of our community is on my forefront.
Thank you, Alder Caprayan. Are there any other questions or comments?
I would just like to make the comment, not only are there two restrictions that are being, or one, but there are two restrictions that we're looking at here. So not only is it the quota, but it's also within, the radius requirements with 4 other stores. So for me, being that there's both of these items that we're looking at, as far as, for restrictions goes, that really is what it is for me. It's not one, we're looking at two very specific things here.
Okay. Thank you, Alder. Any other questions or concerns?
Just wanna, so if it was to be granted, do you guys plan on selling single cans of beer, half pints and such like that?
No. Because of the supermarket, hardly anybody come for, see, the supermarket is 32,000 square foot building. But they typically go to gas station, go to small store because they go in and out. And if you see any, I looked at myself, Save-A-Lot in other places, which have liquor. And when I see the LD, and then I see over here the Piggly Wiggly Festival, all the supermarket, they don't keep anything much single because the reason is because there's no demand for it. Because there's nobody going to, I mean, not hardly anybody will go for small, say that, because of, as a business, mostly all the supermarkets, if there's demand there, I'm pretty sure some supermarket will put them up there. And I notice all the supermarkets that size, they mostly have, well, all the, because that's what for small stuff, people will go to the most convenient.
Okay, you would only be selling larger quantities. Alder Caprayan?
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much once again. I got to thinking, so I do have a question for the applicant, but I just want to make a statement before I pose the question, is that with advertisements, so I'm thinking of when you go to a grocery store, we're looking about health, promoting proper nourishments for our body, and I know that this is not going to be the only establishment that has food and / alcohol as well, but we're in a position to make a decision whether we want to accept at another. My question would be about the alcohol advertisement. I go to the grocery stores now or different places and I see banners and posters that are on the wall, or really to highlight this is where you purchase alcohol, and then you have promotional materials or you have displays. Have you thought into that, of how that would look like for what you're proposing?
If, obviously, it's not, obviously we have to follow the guideline of Save-A-Lot, and not just whatever I want to do because of it's their name. And what I've seen in the other places, in Save-A-Lot particularly, than their competitor festival and everything, seems like they have one area where, they seem like, one area on one side where they have some signs over there, and that's what I noticed, but I didn't particularly talk to Save-A-Lot. Obviously, we had to follow Save-A-Lot. So.
Okay.
That's
all right, sir. Thanks.
I'll follow up with that. Chair, please. I just want to follow up on his response. Thank you.
Please.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I understand that. Totally respect that. And that makes a lot of sense. You do have to follow their guidelines, which it does bring up, again, some concern just because alcohol advertisement is associated with more positive attitudes regarding drinking. And again, if you have a grocery establishment, kids are allowed to, they're in there with families. It's different when you have a convenience and a liquor store, even though you have some frequent youth coming in there, but there's usually the intention that we are walking into a liquor store. So just some concerns to talk about out loud for the committee to digest when they think about which way they would want to go.
Thank you, Alder Caprayan. Any other questions or concerns, comments? Seeing none, a motion is in order, please.
Well, at this time, I make a motion to deny based on the concerns that were raised by the city attorney's office.
Second.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Ayes have it, motion fails. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Our next item is item number 0519-23. Subject communication sponsored by myself, Alder Pete, submitting a new application.
Point of order,
Yes, sir.
ask for a no vote.
Oh.
Okay. I would have said no, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. But it still would have been, it still would have passed.
Right,
It still
but
would have
it's on the
passed.
other record.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Subject communication sponsored by myself, submitting a new application for a petition to exceed quota for a Class A retail fermented malt beverage and intoxicating liquor license permit for Power Petroleum Inc., DBA Hometown on Lathrop, located at 2500 Lathrop Avenue. Aziza Abdul, Agent, 14th District. I see you have already come forward. Attorney New, would you please swear
Swear 'em in.
him in, please? I'll let the attorney swear you
Could you
in.
please both raise your right hands if you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing?
You're here for an operator's license.
No,
I'm sorry.
See the quote.
petition.
I'm sorry. Position. Oh, I got lost on there.
Another petition to exceed the quota.
Okay. Attorney, is there anything from your office?
Sure. So this is, again, another petition to exceed the quota. In this particular case here, again, they're applying to exceed the quota for the number of big Class A's. As I stated before, there are 26 active licenses, the quota being 24. So an approval of this petition would bring the number to 27. I did have the Department of City Development check, and there are no prohibited facilities or other premises within the 300 or 1,000 feet radius as discussed. I would note for the committee that this application originally came in as a Class B license application. The idea being to sell alcohol in the restaurant on the premises. I discussed it with Attorney Noodle. And as I informed him, because of the gas station on the premises, it doesn't qualify for a Class B license, so they are now applying for a Class A license. I just want to make it clear that obviously you can have a restaurant on the premises, but no alcohol may be served or consumed on the premises.
Great.
Thank you.
Yep.
So the process for, again, approving the petition would be the same as the last one.
Yes. Okay. Are there any, I guess that's. Are there any questions from the committee? Yes, sir.
Again, this is another one I don't support. Right across the street from them, I don't know how many years ago, they applied for a license, and we denied it because there's just so many in the area. And yes, they tore down a gas station and built the gas station on the same footprint, but I don't think it substantially improves the tax base over there, and it's just another place. It's kind of a busy street, it's just another place to get alcohol that I have concerns about, and I don't support this.
Anyone else? Is Alder Caprillion still with us, or did she have to leave? Okay. Are there any other questions or comments? Yes, Alder Peterson.
Could you explain your business model? I drove by there today and I saw vape and cigar signs in the windows. What exactly are you guys trying to do over there?
Yep, so it's a gas station, and inside about 3,500 square feet.
Close to 4,000.
Close to 4,000 square feet. It's gonna carry everything that a gas station normally carries, so such as vapes, tobacco, And there's also going to be a, takeout restaurant in there as well. So the general premise would be, everything a gas station / convenience store serves, which is why you saw those signs there, with the addition of a restaurant in there as well. Correct.
So there's no seating in the restaurant, just carry out?
Correct, there's no seating for the.
Any other questions from the committee? Alder Caprillion, please.
Thank you. I applaud this applicant that here before us and just looking for ideas to improve business. I can also see why it would be beneficial because I think a lot of us accustomed to this region, we're used to being able to go into a gas station and there's alcohol in there. My concerns, I'm just going to feel like I'm going to repeat myself just a little bit from the last agenda item that was before us. But, you know, knowing that this is a gas station and we are accustomed to seeing that, I would just hope that we can start changing this culture a little bit, but that's not what we're here to discuss. Again, with advertisement, again, so many studies show that it creates this positive attitude, whether around drinking, you know, you have smoking, vaping things also. I just don't want to be behind where I am encouraging that type of messaging and that type of attitude for our community and the culture too of our youth to see. So that's just the position I stand on, but I'm curious of others on the committee.
Excuse me, are there any other questions or concerns? Sebastian.
So my question would be with the carryout restaurant being inside, so is that a separate window? Is that all encompassing in the same area? Because my concern would be, so people are coming in and grabbing food, picking up a beverage, and then, you know, I can see it happen so clearly, you know, being in that same area, they're going outside, they're doing this. The idea obviously is to take everything at home. Obviously, that's your intention. So I guess that really my question is how that setup is, that it's not being promoted, that it's sort of carry out together, and it kind of becomes this congregating outdoor restaurant area that wasn't supposed to be intended. So I was just wondering what the process is on that as far as the delineation where everything is.
So just for background as well, my father has operated in Racine for almost past 20 years. And almost 20 years, we have Class A licenses at both of our businesses currently. So we are very familiar with, you know, how to handle situations like that. We've never had issues with loitering or open, you know, drinking at any of our properties ever. So we do take that very seriously. In terms of your question about the setup, it's a very different window. The cashiers are in one section, the food section is on the other side of the section. So they won't be close together in that aspect. And, you know, obviously with our history of running, long-term businesses in the Racine area, and we've been very responsible, in that regard, I don't think that would be a concern, from our standpoint with our prior experience.
Thank you.
And I think the other thing we want to note is, you know, it's going to be a very smaller section in the gas station. It's not by any means a big primary push, for this. For the liquor part, it's going to be a smaller portion, just a quick top selling, nothing, you know, it's not going to be extensive selection or anything. So obviously, we're a gas station, we're designed for quick, you know, quick in and out. That's our, experience.
Okay.
And then generally, with being in business for so long, we have developed a really good loyal customer base, and this is one of the more consistent things that are requested from our customers. And that's kind of the angle that we're coming from.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Question for the city attorney. Where are we at? Do you have any idea where we're at with the little Class A?
With the little Class A for beer?
Yeah.
Yes. That would be 30.
Have 36 of them, and we're
There's
at
only
32.
32. So we're not at quota yet for the small size.
That's just beer.
Yes.
Correct.
So they're just exceeding the big Class A for liquor.
They're looking for now, but I'm referring to the little Class A, it's just beer, and there's room, there's area for that.
Right, they would not need a final petition to do that.
Okay. Well, can I make like to make a statement?
Please.
I am not a big fan of liquor in gas stations, period. Being that we're exceeding the quota, that's an issue for me. Being that we have room, I don't mind selling beer. You guys have a hometown across the street from where I live, I go there on occasion, I'll pick up a six-pack, it's convenience. But I'm not for the liquor store, the liquor aspect of it, especially being that we're exceeding, and so that's something you guys may, depending on how things go, that's something you guys may wanna inquire into.
You understand what he's saying,
I
though, right?
understand.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any other questions or concerns from the committee? Alder Capri?
Yeah, just a question
Seeing
maybe.
none?
No, I have a question,
Sure.
please. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is to attorney. I'm wondering, so if they were to contemplate possibly putting in for the little Class A, I think is what I was hearing Alder Peterson inquiring about, if this gets denied, is there any hindrance in that process, or can they turn around and do that? Or is the best advice to give them is to defer this for amendment to come back before us for that to be considered? If that would be a consideration of this applicant.
It would be a deferral, because if you deny the application, then you're prohibited from applying for another license within a 1-year period. So if the
Even
committee
if
wanted
it's
to leave it
for
open-
a different class, even if it's for a different class?
Ordinance does not specify that if you're denied for one license, that you can apply for another one. It just states you're not denied for an alcohol license application, you can't apply for another one within a 1-year period.
Thank you both.
Thank you for
got-
that. I would love to hear from the applicant, just hearing our discussion, if that's even
That's
of a
what I was thinking.
consideration.
Yes, would you consider that? How do you feel about what you just heard?
We'd definitely be open to it.
Certainly, we would appreciate a deferral rather than a denial.
Okay.
If, I feel that the committee, and I understand the concerns and what the comments are, but certainly we would much rather have a deferral than a denial.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And I know you're deferring this, but if this got deferred and you came back and asked for just the beer and malt baits, would you guys plan on selling single cans of beer and stuff like that? That's a lot of problems we had with gas stations. They were selling single cans of beer, and I would like that to not be able to be done.
We usually carry the 4 packs.
Okay,
That's our most selling item.
okay.
That's it.
I tell you what, if there's no other, I'll make a motion.
No other comments or questions? Motion in order.
I will make a motion to defer this item.
There's a motion,
Second.
is there a second? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any discussion? Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Will be deferred.
Will we get notice of the next meeting?
Yes, the city clerk's office will
Item numbers 06-2223-23. Communication sponsored by myself requesting the appearance of Amanda Coleman for a new operator's license, District 1. Recommendation of the Public Safety and Licensing Committee on June 26th of this year that the applicant, Amanda Coleman, for a new operator's license, District 1, be deferred. Please come forward.
That's not a man.
Oh, that's not Amanda. The applicant's not here, so we...
We have not heard from her in the clerk's office.
This is the second time.
Okay.
Deferred once.
Move to deny.
There's a
Second.
motion, is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any noes? If not, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. Item number 061523, subject communication sponsored by myself, requesting the appearance of Kayla Janskowitz for a renewal operator's license, District 1. Recommendation of the Public Safety and Licensing Committee on June 26th that the application for Kayla Janskowitz for a renewal operation license be deferred. Please come forward. I will allow the attorney to please swear you in.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. And then I believe the police department.
You're here for an operator's license. Lieutenant LaGraff, can you please speak on the item?
Sure, Sergeant Steve.
I'm sorry. I yelled. It's still in print.
So, just so, when we had the application, it said you weren't charged or convicted of any felonies or anything like that. Doing a background check, it looks like you had something in 2018 for operating without a license, which was a misdemeanor, and it looks like you also have 2 pending cases, so you didn't document those in your application.
I just didn't know that I had to document those ones just because it's still a pending case, so I just didn't know I was supposed to. And then I do have a letter from my job. I didn't know I was supposed to bring it in last week, but I do have a letter from my job stating how correct I am.
Pat, bring them up here, please.
This be read in public. I mean, how can all the Caprillion see it? I don't know if it's what policy.
Honestly, I think you're just, she has a letter from the employer. Is that
Yes.
correct? And just knowing
Yes.
that there's a letter from the employer is value.
Okay.
It's enough for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Makes it
Yeah.
easier.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I make a comment?
Yes, please.
Just going back to your comments, Miss, it very specifically says, do you have any charges pending against you? And it very specifically says no. One of the things that I feel as though that I think is important is, you know, if, and again, correct me if I'm incorrect, if these charges were listed on this form, this would not have disqualified the applicant for the application, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like to make any other comments?
Well, I do have court tomorrow, actually, for that case, from my daughter, not going to school, that's what the charges are for. And I have court tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be dismissed, because everything, like physical records, is included, so.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
This is a renewal, so you've had a bartending license for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is where I get a little confused, because the, one that wasn't ordered was, I'm gonna try it here real quick. 2018. So, must have wrote it on the first one in 2020, or it wasn't caught. I don't know where the, it's a renewal, it should have been an issue prior. Either that, or maybe we approved that, I don't know.
I have been here before once, and it was approved right away, yeah, I was approved.
Were you here for?
For my liquor for my bartender's license.
Right, was it the same issue? I mean, what were you here for? Generally, you don't come in front of us unless there's an issue.
Yeah, it was because of my court cases before, that's what it was for. But everything had been already good, so. But that case was also dismissed, so.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, a motion. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just have a question, maybe comment. From what I'm looking at, and sometimes this paperwork a little bit confuses me, but I know the paperwork that we have, the individual fill out is very clear on listing, but the way I see it on a couple of the pending convictions and what I'm seeing in 2022, I hope I'm reading the right thing here. I can maybe understand why that could be a little confusing. But the 2018 one, so that was not listed as well. Can I just get clarification on that?
So on the application, the two questions, have you been convicted of a crime? No is checked, nothing else is written. And then have you had any pending charges against you? No is also checked, nothing else written.
Yeah, so to the comments to the applicant here, to the individual that's before us. So that's the part that really catches me here. I do understand the 2022 ones and maybe what you're going before court tomorrow on. I get it. Maybe I could probably have a bit of forgiveness in that area, but not so much that 2018. You know, this isn't something new to you. These applications that you have to fill out for us are not new. And to not, you know, add the 2018, even if how you list it might be a little not precise, I think that just listing it just shows a bit of your character and allows more of a trusting relationship, because this is a privilege that we would honor you with if we were to pass this. And to me, when there isn't this disclosure, there's this disrespect in this process, and it makes me kind of question, you know, should I enter this type of agreement with this individual? So again, I'm okay with the pending ones, but the 2018, not so much. I don't know if you have a comment about that or why you overlooked that.
I just figured it was since I got my bartender's license the last time, that it would have just been something that happened previously, not all the way back in 2018. Because I wasn't even living in Racine in 2018. Something like.
Thank you. Are there any other questions, comments? If seeing none, a motion is in order at this time.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any no's?
No.
Take a break. No.
No.
No, here's.
I have to think long and hard, but I have some of the same concerns that I can't understand why the one from 2018 was overlooked either. Again, I can understand about tomorrow, and good luck to you tomorrow. I'll ask again, and not to be repetitive, and I'm respecting everybody's time, but is there any reason why, other than you had a license before?
I'm sorry,
Again,
point of order, Chair. I think we're in the middle of a vote. So I think you have to conclude the vote first, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move to approve.
All right.
Okay.
Motion carries.
Motion carries.
Okay. When can she can come and pick up her license tomorrow possibly, or this doesn't have to go to council, does it?
So this will not have to go to council, you can call the clerk's office tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, good luck. Next time you
But
do
please remember, all of
put it
them,
on there.
even if you just have to print it off your
You wouldn't
computer.
even be here.
Because it was just my manager that handed it to me, she said, please sign this so I can get it turned in, so I just kind of overlooked it.
Again, not to be remedial, but please read anything before you sign it. Okay, thank you. Next item, 64823, communication sponsored by myself, submitting a new application for waste tire generator license, Alex Auto Repair, DBA Alex Auto Repair, located at 1332 Rapids Drive, Alejandro Amunzu, owner, 7th District. They're not here.
This is administrative.
Yes.
So, the three items, 066823, 064823, and 066923, all have to come, before the committee for approval without having anyone actually appear. There were no records on any of them that came back that I've seen, and one's a renewal and two are just new ones. It's just procedural via ordinance that they come before the committee for approval.
Okay.
We can do all three of them at the same time.
Okay. In that case, if no other comments or questions, a motion would be in order at this time.
I would make a motion to approve all three items, since it's all administrative. 0668-23, 064823, and 066923.
We have a motion for all three items. Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Aye.
All the,
Aye.
ayes have it. Motion passes. Item number 685, 068523, subject communication sponsored by myself on behalf of the City of Racine Police Department for the license premises report. Sergeant, you changed your title again. Sergeant LaGraff, did anything stick out in your report?
Well, there's two incidents I just want to bring up to the council, or the committee. The first one happened on Friday, June 23rd. It was at 1518. There was a fight. An officer was in the area. He observed a large fight in the parking lot area behind the bar. Officer called for additional squads. Once more officers got on scene, they approached the crowd and dispersed the fight. The owner of the establishment did see the commotion, or came out and saw the commotion and decided to close the bar early, so there wasn't any further incidences in the area. So that was good on the owner to see the problem. And then the other one was on Saturday, July 1st at Double Vision. There was a fight. It was called in by the bartender about a fight inside the bar. Officers arrived. They spoke with the bartender, stated that they were struck in the back of the head with a glass bottle during the altercation when they were trying to break it up. Officers on scene were able to find the party that was involved in the fight and arrest that party and take them to jail. That party was also charged with battery and disorderly conduct. Those were the two things I had to consider. Collins receipt, or one. So yeah, that would probably be pretty well.
Yes, I was just waiting on them to finish. Go ahead.
7 hours.
All fees?
Yes.
It appears for Double Vision, at least the bartender called, whereas 15, 16, nobody, the owners or the operators did not call.
Yeah, and again, I can't speak on what they can see. If you actually ever go down there.
Right,
Yeah, there's no way for them to know unless somebody would actually come in there and tell them that there was an altercation.
And how was it brought to the, I mean, because it's.
An officer was in the area providing extra attention to the area and then
Attention,
observed the fight. So it could have been one of those things where.
Just timing.
Yeah, so that's kind of where that's at with that.
All right, thank you.
Any other?
Nothing else on
Nothing that was concerning other than the two fights.
I just have a question.
Yes.
In regards to putting on these licensed premise reports, I've been seeing it just for a few that have come before us, and I'm a little unsure of why they're there. So maybe this is something new from me being back these last couple of years, but there is, like, the alarm was set off upstairs by the tenant by accident and uncorked. Do any of these alarms really pertain to us in any way? Or, what am I missing about, relevancy on that? Or can we save you from having to add those to our licensed premise reports?
I would gladly not put those on there. I was told anything that had to do with the Class B, I had to put it on there. So I actually go through some of them when I take my report and try to skim out some of the stuff, but with things where we're actually responding, where it actually involves what's going into the business, I put it in there. But if you want to do the alarms and there's nothing there, I can gladly not put those in.
Well, I've seen, since I've been back for the last couple of years, I've seen them, and, some of them are when the majority are when the establishment is just shut down and closed and an alarm goes off. And I just don't find the relevancy for myself to make certain decisions on the liquor establishments, or the individuals who are in charge of it. But, if the other committee feels the same too, maybe we can save him that step of having to add those to our report and weed through them or disregard them.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from the city attorney on that.
Please.
If we can do that, is that something?
On what we can do.
Taking the alarms and the ones that are really not substantial, I guess.
For example, the uncorked on,
There's
the
no-
uncorked on July 4th.
Okay.
There's no specific legal requirement that be on the licensed premise report, so if you make that request and the police department can accommodate it, then you do.
I was just thinking, I understand it, I think it's a good idea, it makes sense, I'll put it that way. But sometimes, these smaller things are actually part of a bigger picture, where some other activities that might be overlooked because it's not on there, like, after hours operation, but, alarm goes off and everybody hides or something before the police can get there, and then, oh, nobody was there. Those are the kind of things, maybe that's not a good example, but that would be the only kind of concern I would have.
Going to what you're saying there, because I kind of get, I kind of get what you're saying, Alder Pete, to that, where if it's something consistent, you know, we're seeing these alarms consistently going off, and then we're, okay, so then we're looking at a bigger problem there, you know, what is it? What is it? The responsible party's not setting their alarm properly, is it perhaps something else going on? That's the only reason that I would see it to be relevant, if we see it's a consistent problem for any specific establishment. And again, you look at police resources that have to respond to those types of things, so that's the only reason where I would see that to be relevant, if it's, you know, this is happening with over and over and over again, but I could go either way, personally.
What does the committee think? The rest of you?
I think it's, I mean, if anything else. Alder Caprillion first.
Alder Caprillion, sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thank you so much. Just because, you know, serving on this board as long as I have, it never was added. You know, I just started seeing it now, so I've kept it, you know, I haven't made comments up until this point to find out if there was going to be any correlation. And I mean, we see one on here that at 5:30 in the morning it goes off. And quite honestly, if the sergeant or those that are getting called to these alarms, if they see a pattern, they have in the past always brought things to us. They haven't held it like, hey, you know, here's an establishment that may be having problems in other areas, and we're also seeing an alarm problem. I've never heard those two things put together, but I think that they have, they are definitely very cognitive of things going on, and they alert us. This sheet isn't the only thing that alerts us. You know, we're reading just one sentence here. So I think, you know, let's allow the professionals to bring their professional advice and save a couple steps. I know that we have changed this licensed premise report and the requirements by adding our calls received and the time of arrival. You know, that to me is relevant, but to know that an alarm is malfunctioned at 5:30 in the morning, and if they were having an alarm problem, is that the public safety licensing concern to necessarily bring that up to tighten their doors, their locks, or things like that? If it's an overall problem where we're seeing some safety concerns in our community, to our community, then it's relevant. But I think it's an extra step. Let's, you know, let's save them a little bit of that work.
There a motion to
I
remove it?
make a motion to leave it to the police department's discretion for these types of things.
So that would be an amendment,
I don't know, I don't know if it's an amendment.
Well,
I think they need directive from us.
Okay, there is no motion
No motion.
required, okay, you're good, John.
okay.
I see a pattern, you know.
Okay, I'm looking for a is there a motion?
There's nothing has to be done.
Okay. No more discussion?
Motion to receive and file the report.
Motion to receive and file then. Second? Item number 068623, communications.
Wait, you didn't take a vote on that.
Oh, I thought we did.
Before we close out here, did we wanna go back to,
1518.
1516 or?
1518.
Yep, we have to bring, I was gonna bring that up myself.
Just setting a motion on receive and file, or, I'm sorry, vote on the motion to receive and file.
Is there a second? I'm sorry.
Is there, I thought someone second. Is there a second on?
I can second to receive and
Okay.
file.
I'm sorry?
All in favor?
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Ayes have it, motion carried. Any noes then? Okay, motion carries. Okay, item number 068623. Communication sponsored by myself requesting any consideration, any formal expression of concern or other actions pursuant to the police report. Do any committee members have any questions?
Move to
We have
receive and
McGrath.
file.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carries. This time,
Oh, you're gonna bring this item back.
oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Communication sponsored by Alderman McCarthy submitted, item number 0094-23. Communication sponsored by Alderman McCarthy submitting an application for our premise description change for 1518 LLC doing business as the 1518 located at 1520 Washington Avenue, Chicago, Buckley, agent, 3rd District. Recommendation of the Public Safety and Licensing Committee on February 13th, 2023, that the application for our premise description change for 1518 LLC DBA to 1518 located at 1520 Washington Avenue, Chicago, Buckley, agent, 3rd District, be deferred.
I just have a question on it. So she didn't show up, is this something we have to call them back again, or can this be denied because it's?
So if the committee wishes to, it could deny. There's no requirement that you defer again.
I just wanted to state, I'm looking through the packet, and I am not 100% sure if I actually sent her a letter to appear, so that might be on the clerk's office fault as a thing. I can't guarantee that I sent one or not, because I do not have anything attached to the actual item. I don't know if that is something
I guess maybe we should
Then we have to defer.
wait on that,
Motion to defer.
Yep.
We have a motion to defer.
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All ayes have it, motion carries. At this time, the meeting is adjourned. You guys didn't want me to be more formal somehow.
Oh, so that's, I didn't know. It's on the.
Thank you all for praying.
Just looking at that, and my husband and I are planning